शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सर्ववेदांत-सिद्धांत-सार-संग्रह श्लोक 126। सच्चिन्तनस्य संबाधो विघ्नो यन्निर्जने ततः। स्थेयमित्येक एवास्ति चेत्सैवैकान्तशीलता। The author is discussing Shama. While discussing Shama, one can often get a doubt how to cultivate Shama. As an answer to this question, the author has enumerated 18 sadhanas. If one practices these 18 sadhanas, he can cultivate Shama. Among the 18 sadhanas, we have already covered 16. Now, in this shloka, the author is explaining 17th sadhana, ekantashilata. Ekantashilata. Liking for solitude is called ekantashilata. The author explains ekantashilata. Let's look into shloka. Ayam sambadhaha. A mumukshu thinks. Author is paraphrasing the thinking of a mumukshu. A mumukshu says, a mumukshu feels, ayam sambadhaha, this crowd, sacchintanasya vignaha, it is an obstacle in sacchintanam. It is an obstacle to think about Brahman. To contemplate. The mumukshu feels that crowd, presence of people, especially the presence of worldly minded people, is an obstacle in the spiritual pursuit. Tataha, therefore, nirjane stheyam, he feels that he should live in a nirjana pradesha. He should spend time in solitude. Nirjana pradesha means solitude, a place without disturbance of people. Iti eka eva asti. With this thinking, he remains alone. He spends time in solitude. And nowadays we should add one more thing. He keeps his mobile in silent. Saiva ekanta shilata. It is called ekanta shilata. Now 18th one is mumukshutva, desire for moksha. Let's see the next sloka. Samsara bandha nirmuktihi kada jhatiti me bhavet iti ya sudradha buddhihi irita sa mumukshota. Mumukshuta is the intense desire for moksha. How quickly I will get moksha? This kind of a yearning for moksha is called mumukshutva or mumukshuta. Again, the author explains mumukshutva through the words of a mumukshu. The words of a mumukshu that expresses his thirst for moksha. Kada jhatiti, how quickly me samsara bandha nirmuktihi bhavet, how quickly will I be free from the bondage of samsara. Iti ya sudradha buddhihi, this kind of an intense desire, an intense yearning, sa mumukshata irita, it is called mumukshata or mumukshutva. Thus, 18 sadhanas that are required to be practiced to cultivate Shama are completed. Here, among the 18, Mumukshata is also mentioned. Here, Mumukshutva is mentioned as an auxiliary to Shama, whereas later on, Mumukshutva will be mentioned separately as the fourth sadhana among the sadhana chatushtaya. Then the author will elaborate on Mumukshutva in greater detail. Therefore, once again, discussion of Mumukshutva will be found after a few shlokas. Now the author has mentioned Mumukshutva just because it is one of the sadhanas in order to cultivate Shama. Next shloka. Brahmacharyadibhirdharmaihi buddhirdosha nivrittaye dandanam dama ityahuhu dama shabdartha kovidaha. After discussing Shama, the author is entering into second among Shamadhishatka Sampatti. The second one is Damaha. Dama means Indriya Nigraha, mastery over the senses. The author begins by explaining how to cultivate Dhamma. Even to cultivate Dhamma, one should have the same set of sadhanas that are mentioned for Shama. 18 sadhanas. And the 18 sadhanas begin with the Brahmacharya. If you look into Shloka 105, Brahmacharya Mahimsacha, the list of 18 sadhanas begins with the Brahmacharya. Therefore, the author says, Brahmacharyadibhihi dharmaihi. Through the disciplines, dharmas, the disciplines, Brahmacharya, etc., buddher dosha nivrittaye. Dosha nivrittaye, for removing the shortcomings of the mind, the impurities of the mind, the undesirable workings of the mind, buddheha dandanam. Buddheha dosha nivrittaye dandanam. Dandanam, we have to understand indriyanam niyamanam. Indriyanam dandanam means restraining the senses, disciplining the senses. Damaha is called Dhamma. Iti Dhamma Shabdartha Kovidaha Ahuhu. The people who know very well the meaning of Dhamma, they say so. Dhamma Shabdartha Kovidaha. The people who know the meaning of the word Dhamma, they explain Dhamma in this manner. Next sloka. Tattad vritti nirodhena bahyendriya vinigraha yogino dhamma ityahuhu. Manasa shanti sadhanam. The author explains Dhamma once again. What is Dhamma? Yoginaha, the yogis, they explain Dhamma in this manner. Tattadvritti nirodhena, by restraining respective functions of the indriyas. The functions of various indriyas, various senses, they have to be restrained, and thereby bahyendriya vinigraha, disciplining the bahyendriyas, disciplining the external senses. There are 10 bahyendriyas, 5 jnanendriya and 5 karmendriyas. Disciplining all of them, Dhammaha ityahuhu. It is called Dhamma. Disciplining all bahyendriyas. By regulating the functions of the indriyas, by restraining the functions of the indriyas, is Dhamma. Manasaha shanti sadhanam. Now the author is explaining the relation between Shama and Dhamma. Dhamma serves as a sadhana for shama. When dhamma is accomplished, it is possible to accomplish shama. Therefore, manasaha shanti sadhanam. Dhamma serves as a sadhana for manasaha shanti, which is called shama. Next shloka. Indriyeshvindriyartheshu pravritteshu yadricchaya anudhavati tanyeva manovayumivanalaha. Dhamma is a sadhana for shama. The author explains this with the anvaya vyatireka. That is, when dhamma is not there, there is no shama. Dhamma bhave shama bhava. When dhamma is absent, even shama is absent. This is called vyatireka. Vyatireka is a coexistence of the absence of two, is called vyatireka. Then there is anvaya. Dhamma sattve shama sattvam. If dhamma is there, shama can be there. This is called anvaya. The relation of presence of two, the coexistence of the presence of an object with the presence of another object is called anvaya. When one is there, another is there. Through anvaya vyatireka, we establish karya karana bhava, cause effect relation, or sadhya sadhana bhava, means end relation. One serves as a means for another. It is like in the body, if there are certain types of bacteria, then there can be a disease. You have observed there is bacteria and there is disease. When bacteria is there, disease is there. When bacteria is absent, the disease is absent. Therefore, presence of bacteria coexist with presence of disease. It is called anvaya. And absence of the bacteria coexists with absence of the disease. It is called Vyatireka. And from this we can arrive at a conclusion. Bacteria is the cause of the disease. Bacteria eva rogasya karanam. Bacteria is the cause of the disease. In the same manner, the author employs Anvaya Vyatireka method to establish that Dhamma is a sadhana for Shama. How? If Dhamma is absent, there cannot be Shama. It is Vyatireka. It is given in Shloka 130. See. Indriyeshu indriyartheshu pravritteshu yadrichaya indriyeshu indriyartheshu yadrichaya pravritteshu. When the senses are functioning yadrichaya, as they like, without any restraint, indriyartheshu, on their respective sense objects, then manaha tani eva anudhavati, then even the mind goes behind the sense objects. Even the mind pursues the sense objects along with the senses. Tani eva. Tani eva means indriyani eva. The mind follows the senses. Anudhavati. It runs behind the senses. An example, Vayum iva analaha. Just like fire goes behind air, it can be seen in wildfire. The wildfire spreads in the same direction as the movement of the air. In the same manner, the mind follows the senses, and thereby the mind gets disturbed. Then there is no Shama. When the mind is disturbed, when the mind is pursuing the sense objects, there is absence of Shama. Means there is restlessness. This is Vyatireka. Next shloka. Indriyeshu niruddheshu tyaktva vegam manasvayam sattva bhavamupadapte prasadaste na jayate. This is Anvaya. When Dhamma is there, Shama also is there. indriyeshu niruddheshu, when the indriyas are restrained, when the indriyas are disciplined, then manaha swayam vegam tyaktva, the mind by itself gives up the vega, gives up its turbulence, and then sattvabhavam upadatte, the mind becomes a sattvika. Turbulence is a rajoguna. When the rajoguna goes away, the mind becomes sattvika, and then tena prasadaha jayate. On account of this, prasadaha jayate, calmness appears in the mind. The mind becomes calm. Next line, prasanne sati chittesya muktis siddhyati nanyatha. Now the author is reminding us of the importance of shama. Only when shama is there, moksha is possible. Chitte prasanne sati. Only when the mind is prasanna, the mind is composed, mind is peaceful, muktihi siddhyati, asya muktihi siddhyati. This mumukshu attains moksha, na anyatha, not otherwise. Again, anvaya vyatireka between shama and moksha. Shame sati moksha sattvam. Only when shama is there, moksha is possible. Shama abhavi, moksha abhava. Therefore, shamaha mokshasya karanam. Shamaha mokshasya sadhanam. Therefore, dhamma is sadhana for shama, and shama is sadhana for moksha. Therefore, through shama, dhamma is a sadhana for moksha. Next shloka. मनः प्रसादस्य निदानमेव निरोधनं यत् सकलेन्द्रियाणाम् बाह्येन्द्रिये साधु निरुध्यमाने बाह्यार्थभोगो मनसो वियुज्यते. Once again, the author is emphasizing on the idea that Dhamma is an essential sadhana for quietude of mind. Yat sakalendriyanam nirodhanam, restraint of all the senses. Manah prasadasya nidanam eva. It is definitely nidanam, means karana, sadhana. It is a sadhana for manah prasada, quietude of mind, calmness of mind. Bahyendriye sadhu nirodhyamane. When the bahyendriyas are properly restrained, then manasaha bahyartha bhogo viyujyate. Then the manas is free from obsession with external objects. The mind does not revel in the external objects when the senses are restrained. That is how the mind becomes peaceful with the restraint of the senses. Next shloka. Tena swadaushtyam parimuchya chittam shanai shanai shantimupadadati. Chittasya bahyartha vimokshameva moksham vidurmokshana lakshanajñāha. Dhamma eventually leads to shama. Tena means dhamena, on account of dhamma. Chittam swadaushtyam parimuchya. Chittam, the mind, gives up its daushtya, gives up its undesirable ways, and thereby shanaihi, slowly, shantim upadadati, the mind attains shanti. The mind becomes peaceful. When the mind gives up engaging in the external objects, it slowly becomes peaceful. In order to stop the mind from engaging with the external object, one should cultivate Dhamma. Now the author says, the mind should be free from the objects mind should be free from entanglement with the objects, because that is the nature of moksha. Moksha is characterized by the mind being free from indulgence with the external objects. In order to attain this, even at the preparatory stage, one should learn to dissociate the mind, withdraw the mind from the external objects. Chittasya bahyartha vimoksham eva. Mind being free from bahyartha, external object. The external objects bind the mind. That is why they are called Vishaya. The word Vishaya is derived from a root, Shenya bandhane dhatu. The root means bind. Visinoti, badhnati iti vishayaha. That which binds is called Vishaya. Various external objects bind us by producing attachment, by producing worries, and so on. When the mind is free from the binding objects, then it is moksha. So, chittasya bahyartha vimoksham eva. Moksham viduhu. It is understood as moksha. Mokshana lakshanajnaha. The people who know the lakshana of moksha. The people who know the characteristics of moksha. They understand this. Therefore, in order to attain moksha, Dhamma is very important. Shloka 134. Is it the number in your books? Okay. Dhammam vina sadhu manah prasada hetunna vidmas sukaram mumukshoha. Damena chittam nijadosha jatam visrajya shantim samupaiti shighram. Now the author says, Dhamma is the only easiest and most efficient way to quieten the mind. There cannot be any other easiest and most efficient way to cultivate Dhamma, to quieten the mind than Dhamma. Dhammam vina, other than Dhamma, sadhu manah prasada hetum sukaram na vidmaha. Mumukshoh, for a mumukshu, sukaram sadhu manah prasada hetum, a means to quieten the mind properly, which is sukara, which is easy to do. It is easy to practice, and it should be sadhu, it should be efficient. Sukaram and sadhu, it should be easy as well as it should be effective. That kind of means to quieten the mind other than Dhamma, the author says, na vidmaha, we don't know such other sadhana. Dhamma is the only best sadhana to quieten the mind. Dhamena chittam nijadoshajatam visrajya shighram shantim samupaiti. Dhamena, by means of Dhamma, chittam, the mind, nijadoshajatam visrajya, it gives up all its impurities. It gives up all its undesirable qualities, and shighram shantim samupaiti. Shighram, very quickly, shantim samupaiti. The mind attains shanti, the mind attains peace. In this shloka, the author said, Sukaram and Sadhu, easy and most efficient way to quieten the mind is Dhamma. Then is there any other way in comparison with which Dhamma is better? Then the author says, yes, according to some people, there are other ways of quietening the mind, and it is pranayama. Many people try to do various types of pranayama to quieten the mind. Author compares pranayama with Dhamma. When you compare pranayama to Dhamma, you can understand that Dhamma is the easiest and best compared to pranayama. Because pranayama is difficult to do, dushkara. and also it is not as effective. When you perform pranayama, for a while the mind is quiet, but after some time the mind is disturbed once again. Therefore, pranayama is not as effective also. Therefore, the author suggests the mumukshu to practice dhamma in order to quieten the mind. Let's read the shloka 135. Pranayamadbhavati manaso nishchalatvam prasado yasyapyasya pratiniyata yasyapyasya pratiniyata dig deshakaladhyavekshya सम्यक् दृष्ट्या क्वचिदपि तया नोदमोहन्यते तत् कुर्याद्धीमान् दममनलसः चित्तशान्त्यै प्रयत्नात् pranayamat. By practicing pranayama, manasaha nishchalatvam, the mind becomes steady, and thereby prasado bhavati. The mind gets prasada, the mind gets calmness. But what is the problem? Yasyapyasya pratiniyata digdeshakaladhyavekshya. Pranayama requires specific place, time, etc. Pratiniyata digdeshakaladhyavekshya. In a specific place, at a specific time, adi, so many other criterions are there. He should eat only particular type of food, ahara, dig, desha, kala, ahara. So many things are there. Only when all these are fulfilled, pranayama can quieten the mind. Suppose one day the time is missed, kala is missed because of some reason. At the particular time he has not done pranayama. Between 4 and 5 he has not done pranayama for 1 hour. Somehow he missed. That day his mind will be restless. That day he is restless. Then you ask him why you are restless. He will say, today I missed pranayama. And also ahara, food, etc. Sometimes if the food is not okay, pranayama may not work. And if pranayama does not work, that day he is restless. Therefore, even though pranayama helps in some way, one cannot absolutely rely on pranayama alone. Therefore, samyak drashtya damaha, samyak drashtya, with the proper attitude, if one practices damaha, then kvachidapi na hanyate, then that kind of dhamma is not disturbed anywhere. Kvachidapi, at any place, any time, the dhamma is not disturbed. And also, the calmness of mind is not disturbed. Therefore, kuryadhiman damam analasaha. A dhiman, a wise man, should practice dhamma analasaha, without laziness. One should practice dhamma prayatnat, with effort, chitta shanti, to accomplish calmness of mind. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.